Let's talk about targeting the right contacts within your ICP. Why does targeting the right contacts matter? Well, time spent talking to someone who doesn't care about your solution or isn't in a position to make or influencing a purchasing decision is time and money wasted. Knowing the right people to target at your ideal customer profile shouldn't take too long to figure out, but is critically important. In this section, you'll learn about the importance of building a contact or leads list that consists of your ideal decision maker and key influencer personas. And you'll also learn how to use LinkedIn Sales Navigator to build a relevant leads list. Let's look at some tools that you can use to find your ideal customer contacts and how to use those tools and how to collect contact information off LinkedIn to actually reach out. LinkedIn is one of the greatest sales tools out there, especially for prospecting. And you can use LinkedIn's free tier to do searches for companies and see their current employees. Among those, you should be able to see their key executives and stakeholders. You can also find out if you have any common connections at the company that you're trying to target and leverage them as a connector to make referrals to the right people. They could be your warm foot in the door, which is your quickest path to a meeting. It will help having a warm connection on the inside. You can get more intel to tailor your value prop. That way, on LinkedIn's free tier, you can use strings of Boolean searches to get leads who match your ideal persona. For example, you can search for leads in specific ideal decision maker roles like searching XYZ company and capital A and CTO. If you're looking to find the CTO, who's your ideal decision maker at a specific company that fits your ICP that you've identified, you could also search the company or XYZ company and CTO or CMO of XYZ company for a marketing manager, whatever you're trying to target through Boolean search, and we'll get into it more. If you sell to marketing departments, you can also search for leads responsible for certain tech investments. Search XYZ company in cloud if you want to find the person who is responsible for their cloud environment. And there's no guarantee you will find that person, but LinkedIn gives you the higher probability that you will find that person. I'm sure you get the point. You can get granular with searches on LinkedIn, but the most powerful aspect of LinkedIn is LinkedIn Sales Navigator, which you do have to pay for. This is what makes LinkedIn the best sales tool out there for lead generation and helps you find leads, build lists, save searches, make alerts, and grow your network to increase your chances for warm referrals over time. It all starts with the search either for a type of lead or a type of company that fits your ICP, which we already spoke about. What is powerful about LinkedIn Sales Navigator is that you can make your lead searches very targeted, like a senior IT leader at a startup in North America. To find strong leads, you can choose an employee range, company type, headquarters, location, choose the role and function, and sales, HR, seniority level, and even more. You want to talk to decision makers like VPs and CTOs. For example, you can exclude certain roles or titles and find those whose profile language is English. You can refine your search even further for people who have changed jobs within the last 90 days, which is a great buying signal, and you will have success contacting people who are new to their role, particularly because they are often looking to make changes at their company. Most times people are hired to bring in fresh ideas and change the organizational culture. New executives always want to feel like they're making things their own, and they tend to shake things up. Use Boolean strings to make very specific searches as referred to before in the free tier section, and add filters to refine your lead search. What's amazing about Sales Navigator is you can add so many great filters to really refine your search. You can use the company filter feature and make searches based on criteria like current company, past company, company headcount, number of employees, what type of company, public or private, and where they are headquartered. You can use the role filter feature to search for specific job functions like which department they're in, for example, sales, marketing, finance, IT. You can search by job title, VP of Sales, Director of IT, HR Manager, and you can search by seniority level, Director, VP, CTO, years in current company, years in current position is another way you can search. You can also take advantage of the buying triggers filter feature, which is very powerful. You can see if someone has changed jobs in the last 90 days. It might mean they're looking to make some changes at their company. Like we said a couple times before, you can also look to see if someone has been mentioned in the news in the past 30 days. It's a great way to reach out with personalization and at the right time. You can see if they have posted on LinkedIn in the past 30 days, another way you can personalize your messaging. Do they have shared experiences with you? Have you gone to the same university or worked at a similar company in the past? That's something you can call out and recognize. You can also search for keywords in their post Save leads on a leads list and select everyone you want to add to that list, which you can title something like Q1 targets, Q2 targets, etc. Whatever works for you, you can go back to those leads and stay focused on targeting them. Here are some other Sales Navigator pro tips. Go through the company CRM and find all the companies your company has closed in the past 5 years and try to find the people, the contacts tied to those deals. Look them up on LinkedIn. If they bought from you in the past, they're probably likely to buy from you again. And that's why you want to target them. That's a hack if you can pull it off. When you book meetings with people and talk to them, and especially if you and your account executives close a sale with them immediately, add them to your LinkedIn Sales Navigator list. They now know who you are and have spoken to you to know your value prop. You can see if they changed jobs in the last 90 days at new companies. They will evaluate your solution for their team again. Check in, and if they started a new role, message them and congratulate them on the new role. And within 30 days, they're probably settled in and ready to have an idea of the core business challenges they're facing. And if you can help, also, you can look to see who has posted in the last 30 days, and if anyone follows your company on LinkedIn, then reach out to them directly. Go a step further and look for your current customers' connections and prospect those people. Figure out who your competitors are working with and reach out to those prospects on LinkedIn. Filter for people who are new that you haven't added to your list in the past at your current companies, and search for leads only within saved accounts which you know fit your ICP. Although LinkedIn provides you with 50 emails per month, we recommend you use a tool to pull email and phone numbers to contact prospects through email or phone, as it is typically much more effective. Finally, this is a little extra hack, but you can use smart links to upload content and send that to buyers as a link. So what tools do you use to get the actual contact info for your ideal contact so you can reach out to them and send them a beautiful email or make a great cold call? We'll talk about it a little later, but you can use third-party databases like Seamless AI, which I love, LeadIQ, ZoomInfo, to pull contact info of email, phone numbers, so you can start making those cold calls. There are a few others and we'll talk about them a little later, but high level, Seamless AI is a very simple tool to use. It is a Chrome extension that you can download and you can pull contact info off LinkedIn profiles, such as the email and phone number. The phone numbers can be a hit or miss, but the emails tend to be pretty accurate. And Seamless AI scrapes the internet for contact info through their AI technology, and they're always improving their algorithm. They might have had a merger, but there's always companies out there that provide this. Additionally, they have charts where you can find key contacts in their emails and phone numbers if they fit within your organization, including who their boss is. With all the tools in the market, something really powerful that you can do is monitor target companies for buying signals so that you can jump on them when key changes happen. The reality is in sales, territory and timing really do impact success a lot. Buying signals are changes that take place at a company that indicate they might be a good account to target. You can set up alerts to find out when these changes are happening on Google and on LinkedIn Sales Navigator, and use insights around the changes to personalize your outreach and get more meetings. We are trying to use the signals to find companies that are highly likely to have a need that we can solve for enough money to buy the solution where it happens to be the right timing. Set up a Google alert for key companies to be notified when they are mentioned in the news, or set up an alert on LinkedIn Sales Navigator to notify when a company is mentioned in the news in the last 30 days. The more recent an announcement or change at an organization, the better. This allows you to get ahead of things and capitalize on the opportunity before the competition does. Some buying signals you're going to want to look out for is when a company is launching a new product. They're hiring new headcount, such as engineers, which is a sign of new product development efforts, or a sales hiring effort, which is a sign that they are planning to grow their sales force and grow their company and their revenue. Another one is a recently hired new executive. A new executive is more likely to look at new technology. They're going to want to make changes to feel like they're really making a name for themselves in the organization. Look to see if a company that you're targeting acquired another company, because when a company acquires another, technology needs tend to be integrated and consolidated, and sometimes that means moving systems around to different providers, which could be your solution. Or if they are a current customer, it might mean they're going to need more of what you sell to account for the inherited users or licenses or compute resources that have increased. If a company has received a new $1 million funding round, that's a great signal, and you can see that typically on Crunchbase. When a company receives funding, they put that towards improving the product and application development, sales and marketing, among so many other things to grow the business. Often on Crunchbase or by Googling a company, you'll find an article on where they plan to allocate their funding, and you'll get a sense of their initiatives and priorities and how your solution can align to that. And you can call this out in an email or cold call. Another buying signal is if a company had a cybersecurity breach, especially if you sell anything related to improving security. This could be a good time to reach out, although you want to be mindful of mentioning the breach because it will be a sensitive topic. However, you can use discover.org, ZoomInfo, or LinkedIn and look up different articles about different companies that might have been affected by a cybersecurity breach. And finally, if you see that they have announced a new partnership online or in an article, that's a great time to reach out, and it's great to acknowledge that. For more personalized outreach, let's dig in a bit more to LinkedIn Sales Navigator. To build ICP account lists in certain roles, you might have a territory or list of named accounts that you were given that you want to go after. And in that case, you can focus on using LinkedIn to find relevant leads at those companies. But if you're at a startup and you have to find those companies to go after, and you're given a blank slate and not given any companies to start with, then use Sales Navigator to find ICP clients that you can win. When doing an account search, use the following filters to be more granular for your ICP. Filter by industry, different buying signals, company location, annual revenue. We've talked about these things before, but it doesn't hurt to hit on them again. Company headcount, company growth, department headcount, engineering, sales, you get the point. One thing to call out with department headcount is when the team grows, they typically face more challenges that maybe you can solve. And even for industries, technologies that people use might change when they integrate and augment some tech versus others that they might invest in. Look for opportunities in companies that are hiring. Look for recent activities like funding in the past 12 months, major leadership changes in the past 3 months. Those are both great reasons to reach out to accountants. If you can save an account to an account list on LinkedIn, it will help you when leadership changes, and you can gain great insight into the company and look for similar accounts and even look for other companies that you can work with. You can use the account map feature, which recommends people similar to people you have targeted in the past as well. And finally, you can sort through people you have decided to add to the account map.